this bag. I very rarely run out of space with Bob. The only time I do have issues is when I am carrying a lot of equipment, but then again I have my Everly Stock Gunslinger pack for anything more than just a day hike if I need to carry, a fair bit of gear on me. But that all just sits nicely in the front of the clamshell. Oops, better get my fire striker back in there. And then we're going to move on to the main compartment, and it's real nice because it does have kind of a cover pouch here for it, and it's, cord lock and some heavier cord. Some luxury items. I do keep a pair of Craftsman work gloves in there just because there are things out here that you just don't want to handle with your bare hands. It's not a necessity, but it is a nice thing to have along. One thing is I do have a basic first aid kit. I got this at REI, and it's just a real basic kit. I've made a few additions to it, but if I'm going out for longer than just a day hike, I'll take something better. But lots of bandages, ibuprofen, all sorts of different painkillers. Does have some tweezers in there. They're not the best tweezers, but they still do their job. Some surgical tape, some moleskin on there, and scissors just in case. And what's really nice about these little REI kits is they do come with a field reference on first aid, self-aid, and I normally carry a little bit more gear because when I do go out with friends, I'm usually the one that has to pick up the slack for their lack of preparedness. And of course Clayton and I are working on changing that on all levels. We want to make sure that everybody's prepared and self-reliant. Next thing in here, in an old Oakley case, an old Oakley pouch, I have a Petzl Tactica headlamp. This is just a regular old Tactica with a flip down 4 LEDs and flip down red lens cover. What's nice about this is that it has 3 different brightness settings and a strobe function. And of course you can always flip the red filter up at night. It's a luxury, you don't need to have it, but it sure has come in handy on several occasions. Very durable. I've been using this for a while now. I've been using it for about 6-7 months. I forgot that I had it on my hat one day and took off my hat while I was sitting around the campfire and flung it into the ashes, and was able to get to it pretty quickly, but no damage to it. Just had to clean it up a little bit. It had quite a bit of ash in there. And I just keep it in the Oakley case because I can also use this as a lens cloth for my optics on my rifle or whatnot. It's just kind of useful. Another thing I have in here is a standard U.S. military Chemlight flashlight. And what you do, and there's been a lot of reviews on these, I know Dave Canterbury's done a review on these, you stick your Chemlight in there, and push it in here. Whoop, I'm flinging things around. Snap it in, and you can adjust the light. You have a directional light then. They don't weigh anything. They're super durable. This one is one that has been around for at least 20 years. My dad used it before I got it from him, and you can twist it and adjust the amount of light, and you can actually get it down to a pinhole light. And one of these days when we're out here doing a night shoot or something, I'll show you how the pinhole works. And it's a wonderful piece of kit, and I highly recommend it. Another thing that I keep in here is a whole bunch of paracord. And I have several lengths here. I've had to use different bits of paracord for different things, and some of it's become damaged, but this is a 12-foot length. It's all wrapped up. Here's my big chunk of 50 feet, and it's OD green. I'm also getting another 100 feet of desert tan paracord to keep in here too. Here is a longer section that I keep around. It needs to be refused. Sometimes when you're fusing paracord, it's real hard to get those inner strands to melt to the sheath. And this actually is, 7-strand, paracord. So don't get the cheap imitation stuff at Walmart. Go out and spend $4 or $5 and buy real paracord. On my other tent line kit, it's another 12-foot span of paracord, and I have 4 Night Eyes figure 9s. And these are just the most useful little things for setting up shelters. Other people have done reviews on these, and they're indispensable. You can't beat them. If you want to quickly erect a shelter, these help a ton. So got 4 of those, and I got those looped around my paracord. Another thing I have in here, and this is just convenience, it's a Bumble bar. It's an energy bar. I like them. They taste good. They don't give me a stomach ache, and that's always a great thing. And it's just a bunch of nuts and sunflower seeds and all that good stuff. So I keep that in a slip pouch. And if we can get a shot inside of the bag here, I know it's getting pretty dark, guys, but you know, there are slip pouches on the back. That's kind of a mesh pouch, and another slip pouch on the front. And on the front pouch is where I keep all of my paracord and everything, and it just helps you stay organized. So that's an excellent feature of this bag. And of course, if we flip over and we can get a shot of the top here. It's a little hard to get open. This is a concealed carry weapons port, and in there I have one of the spare Velcro holsters that I have lying around, and I stuck it in there. There's a Velcro backing in there, so you can keep your pistol in there, your sidearm, or extra stuff if you're not carrying a gun. And it's just a really useful little pouch to have. Other features of the bag, going back to the back, we do have, you know, the mesh padding back here that's held up really well. And this is, you can loop this around your belt loop, and it keeps the bag from bouncing around or moving around on you when you're out hiking. A few more MOLLE attachment points, an H&K hook on this side for clipping keys or extra gear onto. It's a really sturdy hook. The bag is made out of 1000 denier Cordura nylon, and trust me, I've beat the crap out of this bag for the last year, and it looks like new. It has been thrown down the side of Palo Duro Canyon, bumped into trees, thrown around, thrown in the back of the truck numerous times when we're just been out driving around, and it's a good piece of kit. It really does hold up. Under my good old magnet sticker here is actually the Maxpedition logo. I just decided to put that on there. It's Infidel Bob's after all. And another thing is you can cinch up your Nalgene carrier. It does have a cord lock on it, so that way you can really make sure that your bottle's in there tight and with the cover on top. And it does have a drain grommet with a little bit extra Velcro. And what that is for is that when you're not carrying your Nalgene bottle, you know, pull your Nalgene out, you've got, you can squeeze this up nice and tight, and it kind of folds up, and that attaches there, Velcro's there, and on the inside of the bag, you can pull that tight, use your cord lock, and it's a space saver. But since the Nalgene bottle's always in this bag, I never use it. But it is there if if you're not carrying a Nalgene or a similar bottle. One thing I have found out is that my GSI Outdoors Nalgene Camp Cup does not fit in this bag, nestled in there. There's just no way to make it go in. I've tried on multiple occasions, and that's kind of a disappointment. So if I do want to carry my cook kit with me, which we'll go over in another review, it's very difficult to carry in this bag. It is very multi-purpose. It's a very good bag. It does have its limitations though. And but that's generally the kit that I always have with me, and I'm constantly refining it and changing what I am carrying. Got ants crawling on me. No big surprise there. And it'll get better. It'll get better. And as I update this, I will keep you guys updated on everything that I carry in there. As you can see, it's easy to get to. I just sling it over my side. And there are, of course, some items that normally would go in here, but I always carry those on my body. One being behind my pistol here, I have my Rat Izula knife. It's a fixed blade knife, skeleton design. I wrap the handle with some paracord, and it has another whistle, secondary whistle here. And it's actually a pretty good whistle. Rat Cutlery is an amazing knife company. They have a lifetime warranty on all of their products, and they do a great job on them. And then in my cargo pocket, I do have a flashlight. That's where all the CR123s go, because it burns out in a couple of hours. Runs at 60 lumens and then 12 lumens on the second setting. Of course, I always keep my keys, my wallet on me. And then I actually have another waist pouch that I carry over here that we'll go through in another video. And it's more of my EDC, also known as my super nerdy kit, because friends make fun of me for it, but it's better to be prepared. You know, if you're always carrying around a flashlight and a pocket knife, and everyone makes fun of you, then they actually need it. Nobody makes fun of you anymore. So it's good things to have. I normally throw Bob in my car wherever I go, because I know that with my skill level and the tools that I have in this bag, I'm good for at least a week. Like I said, there are some revisions that I will make, and those will be made, and it's just hard being a poor college graduate. So I'm Lee Wilson for Two Guys Outdoors. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave them in comments, and I'll try to take care of them. Good night.